Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video, where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to continue the success of our International Women's Day special. We are finally going to take a peek at Jinjer. And it may be of some interest to learn, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is something of a very special, a very definitive sort of ideology behind some of the women that we'll be talking about today, from Tatiana to Susan Boyle to Sharon Dedadel to Tarja Turunen. But getting back to etc. But getting back to Tatiana for 1 second, you have to understand as well is that Jinjer is a Ukrainian band. Specifically, they describe themselves as metalcore, and they come to us from the Ukrainian city of Donetsk. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. And one thing that you have to understand is that as the war continues in Ukraine, it should always be worth mentioning is that it's not just about those who are doing the fighting are the ones that who are keeping the faith of the people alive for the Ukrainians. It is also about those who are keeping the home fires burning. Because remember as well, we're not even 100 years away from such events like World War II. But you must also understand the sort of things that soldiers, male or female, go into battle, and some of them never return home. And also what it must be like for all generations throughout this time, and what it might be 100 years from now. Those who have stood by and defended their lands, their families, their loved ones, they, ladies and gentlemen, are the true victors of this war. And this is something that no conqueror or invader could ever possibly dare to break or to destroy. Vladimir Putin cannot possibly kill that sort of person because they are immortal. Not to mention, ladies and gentlemen, not just bearing in mind from what I've heard about Tatiana, is that you cannot destroy the monster that lurks within her. Because that's just going off the advice I've been given, because somebody said that Tatiana can change her mind and her voice into a snarling, growling demon. And I personally, ladies and gentlemen, do not believe that until I have seen it with my own eyes. So, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's begin. Pisces in 3, 2, 1, and... They also specifically linked me this video, so that's why we're doing the live version, I guess.
Suffering with smile, I drew a different reality with unconditional loyalty. Ego hard, they can be big 'cause I'm selfless.
Okay, can I wait? Okay, I know this is like. I know this might be a bit of a stupid thing to say right now, ladies and gentlemen, but it's good enough that the other guys in Jinjer, they must have rehearsed this maybe like a couple of times, but oh my god, I suppose this is only really something you can really like do by singing it, by doing a death growl in this way, but nevertheless. It is the most unnatural, the most uncanny thing I honestly I've ever heard in my life. I mean, just how exactly did she do that? And you saw the way she like claws the air and like stretches her arms out. It's like a friggin' demon is ready to get out. God damn it. That there's only one thing to say that was awesome, ladies and gentlemen, because it's again, listen, scale, armor, blaze, virgin innocence, one being brings life, what another browns for death. They don't really like, it's not really the sort of thing that immediately pops into mind when I think of like death growling, or whether it's in something like death or horror metal or even anything like that. It's not the first thing I like immediately like comes to mind, but here we are. Wow. And we just go back, do we? Do we just return?
No promises I ever give. Don't rely on me and I won't deceive. The beginning or the end, you can't tell. When I wave my fin and shake my tail, I grew a different normality with unblameable morality. Hooks and nets are there for me, but I'm skittish. Virgin innocence. One being brings life without the rush for death. Scale armor believes. Virgin innocence. One being brings life without the rush for death.
Also, just one more thing I just kind of want to say just before we finish this off. One thing I absolutely do love about the fact that they call this a live session is that you can actually see what these guys are doing, like as though they're just recording this together. I know that the music video for Nothing Else, I think it's Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, does the exact same thing where they're sort of like all in a recording booth, and they're just sort of, you see how these guys, perform just in rehearsal, or just, you see a bit more, it's a bit more of an intimate little squeeze. And I like that. I think it's really something.
Neptune's child, shivering inside, drowns in the liquid gold. this life to the underworld. Make me flash and render into Christ.
Voices swimming through the river, hold their life against the stream.
Searching for the roof to catch on and see the sun beam.
Don't suffocate in painful tortures, locating chambers of callous men, wandering on a phantom pleasures. Emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away.
And just the ending as well was just it is the literally the most understated metal band I think possibly in history, because it goes from 0 to 100 and then back to 0 again. They are so well composed and so unrestrained and unchained and unbound and unrelenting. If they want to scream into the world, knowing that the world will one day listen to them, then that's their thing. If they want to, they write songs about fishes, which I think is what Pisces is supposed to be. I'm not necessarily like the biggest thing about, star signs or astrology or, signs of the zodiac and stuff like that. I mean, what am I talking about? I read the entirety and watched the original edition of Fruits Basket. I pretty much should know this stuff, but I do, honest to God, really, really like Pisces. I love, again, forget Tatiana's just transition, and she was doing that thing again, that freaky thing. Like, a part of me that just want to go, what the hell is wrong with this woman? But then it just, again, this is just how they do it. And you know what? They are absolutely more than welcome to it. And they are absolutely more than welcome to continue to be talked about, because I know fine well that Arch Enemy, it does a very similar thing to this, where their lead singer sort of turns into Alicia White Glues. That's who I'm thinking about. She also turns into this demon, basically, whenever when she performs. It's no wonder, therefore, that she's actually on tour as Demi Lovato's guitarist. That's something, ladies and gentlemen. That is really, really something. But all things considered, ladies and gentlemen, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I meant everything I said in the beginning, because let me tell you right now, if this is anything to go by, I'd say Ukraine must have some of the most ferocious yet gentle-spirited humans alive. And that's something, isn't it? Ukraine is not yet lost. So anyway, and this was definitely not lost on me either. I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to Pisces by Jinjer. Please make sure to leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below and what you guys felt of Pisces' live session for yourselves. And I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.